a tremendous bowler, Glenn McGrath, even in the one-day matches.
Way down leg side. So the opening scorer is a wide to India. 2 slips in the gully. And again down leg side. Nice pace, but no ball called. So Glenn McGrath yet to bowl a legitimate ball. Online.
He's not had a good test series, Saurav Ganguly, but that won't upset him too much, because it was the same case in Australia when he failed in the test series but came back strongly in the one-day championship to score 200s in Australia.
And you can't bowl short of Tendulkar. He'll just sway back and whack you through the onside. He didn't even time it properly, and it didn't matter. Like that, and just like that. So Ganguly has just stood there, and Mark Walsh just said it like that. Thank you very much. Just like picking a ripe peach off the tree.
Ganguly gone for 6, 16 for 1, the Indian score.
And in the air, just over mid-on's head. Laxman trying to take the form from the test matches into the one-day without getting it, the pace and the bounce of the pitch. And he's got away with it. And look at that! Have a look at that! That is the ball that some batsmen would have gone forward to, and Tendulkar has hit it into the stadium, full house, and that ball has gone a long way with no real effort.
Saurav Ganguly gone, picked up by Fleming, playing through the line, scooping the ball in the end to Mark Waugh. And then VVS Laxman came in and nearly got himself out, playing a short arm pull. And it was a good thing he just cleared mid-on, but really, that last shot.
And through the offside field, that'll go to the fence as well. This is a pitch with true bounce and not a lot of sideways movement, and Tendulkar is on fire.
What a shot this is. That's what the crowd has come in for. Short of length delivery. I think it was slightly premeditated. Anything in that length, and I'm going to get that pull shot going, and then on the up. Bit of width on that occasion to get his arm free. Once he gets that ball around the middle of the bat, it's always going to be for short extra cover plays now. Tendulkar on the offside. It's moved on to 17.
And just a swing. A little risky delivery from McGrath, wide outside. And maybe just a little bit extra pace. And Tendulkar was a fraction late on the shot. Got there, just a fraction late.
A lot of us anticipated something like this, a contest between McGrath and Tendulkar, where Tendulkar would be giving a little less respect to the Australian strike bowler than he did in the test matches. We're just seeing a beginning of that contest.
Half volley, 4 runs. Well, that is the hardest hit cover drive for the last 3 weeks. And it was one of those half volleys that you wanted to jump out of the commentary box and face yourself.
Here is the world's best batsman. That's what the banner says. And quite true. He's got Glenn McGrath to adjust his length, pitched it right up, and you couldn't get a more bludgeoning cover drive. Everything right about it. There were also some awesome power behind it. Look at that. Hit with disdain.
Tendulkar's got a couple of balls to get himself through to see this over out. In the air, and the man's at leg gully, but you can't have a man up and bowl leg stump. One of the great risks of one-day cricket when you bring your fine leg up, and if you stray down leg side, there is just easy pickings.
Never mind the break, says Tendulkar. And Glenn McGrath really struggling with the line here. Fine leg up, that is something you don't do to an Indian batsman.
Wide and all well fielded. That was a lovely cut shot. It was short outside off stump. Tendulkar played a blistering cut shot at it, and Steve Waugh dived full length to his left to stop it.
Certainly saved 4 runs there. Tendulkar is timing the ball extremely well.
You don't often get away with those when Tendulkar's batting. Down the ground and 4 runs. Uppishly played. Mid-on is wide. Tendulkar, I think he was probably trying to hit that straight down the ground. Didn't quite get it straight. However, it's another 4. They're getting their money's worth.
Was the slow ball on the occasion, and Tendulkar was quick to latch onto that. Good throw of the bat. Everything shot straight down the ground.
Full toss, whipped away. That's 4. Cannot bowl full tosses. Certainly not on leg stump to Sachin Tendulkar. Oh, that's a good shot. That's much better. Testing third man. Nicely fielded down there, Bevan. Oh, and Tendulkar's going to be run out. He's given it away. He's run out. Tendulkar is run out. Bevan gets the ball back. Well, that's an absolute tragedy. The ball came back straight away. Tendulkar probably thought there was 2 there because he set off and he was very late to respond. Let's see what happens here. This is Bevan, who's very, very fast, and what a good bit of fielding that was, and he got it back very quickly. Look at Tendulkar, halfway down the pitch before he looks up. Well, he was shaking his head, don't know what the calls were. In the air and just wide of first slip 4. Well, he was certainly trying to glide it away to third man. I don't think he intended it to go that fine. Into the gap, and that'll be 4. This is a fast outfield. That's lovely timing. That's more like the VVS Laxman we know. Lovely shot to the onside on the up. Lovely cover drive, and oh yes, it beats the field. You don't have to smash them too hard, do you? It's all about placement, and that was beautifully caressed through the offside. Lovely shot. Laxman really is now beginning to time it. I think he's settling down.
Certainly is blossoming into an excellent batsman, VVS Laxman. That was a graceful shot. Wristle was good, and he needs to carry on. This partnership is going to be very important if India to get to 260, 270.
Damien Martin just struggling there to get to that one. Oh, it's a full toss. It's hit straight down the ground. It's very, very high. It won't quite make it to the boundary for 6, that is, but it bounces away over the fence for 4. Well, he certainly got underneath that one. It was well pitched up, way over the top of the fieldsman. One of those slower balls which he obviously picked.
The important thing, he went through with the shot. Wasn't 2 minds whether to go through with it or not.
Over the top, and that'll go for 4. Well, it's hard to believe, but that's now his highest score in one-day internationals. Previously it was 23. VVS Laxman has arrived.
This is not really the pitch to be a bowler. No one's got away from Fleming. And he goes over long off. Very well hit. Up into the crowd.
Now that shot just shows you the confidence he is in at the moment. It's superb footwork that makes this shot possible. Inside out, once again hitting through the line in the direction of the turn. There's no turn though. Lovely follow through, nice still head when he played it. Adam Gilchrist there just checking VVS Laxman's bat. Probably checking what weight he uses, and he has to use a light bat because he's a wristy player.
Now Dravid's getting in on the act.
So boundary there to end the over. Another good one for India, 15 coming off it.
Oh, magnificent shot. Well, that's an indication of how true this pitch is. Four more. I tell you what, I bet Steve Waugh's glad he's got those injuries and can't bowl on days like today.
Well, he's in sensational form. What a shot to bring up the 100. Slightly over-pitched. And VVS Laxman has smashed his 7th boundary.
There's a long off in position. He's getting under it and taken it. Damien Martin at long off. So the change of pace there from Ian Harvey has brought about Laxman's dismissal.
Shane Warne to Benani. Oh, he's got him, he's caught him at slip. That's well done, nicely taken. Good bowling by Shane Warne. He's captured the wicket. It was well taken. Good thinking to the end of Benani. That's in the air as well, over the top of mid-off. He was trying to hit it over mid-on. One bounce for 4. Well, Sehwag's not going to waste any time. Is this the way he normally plays?
Well, he has this reputation of hitting big shots against spinners. Has a good range also at that. So mid-on, mid-off up, he didn't need a second invitation. Sehwag. So the Indians continue to play shots against the Australian bowling.
This is a really good little stint now for Australia. Mark Waugh has bowled, well, he's into his 4th over and only conceded 12 runs. Warne has conceded 32. Oh, that's well played. That's a bit loose, a bit short, and this outfield is very fast. It'll go for 4. Well, this Sehwag, he looks as if he's a bit of a danger. He obviously can hit them nice and hard. Yes, notice how he opens the face here. Fantastically played. Oh, and he's got that one away too. He's opened the face up as well there. There's no slip, so it's a no-risk shot, really. Well, very minimal risk. I think he meant to get it away in that direction. Let's see if we can pick it up on the replay. Just watch the face of the bat.
Very intentional, maybe not that fine. But he was definitely looking to use the pace of the bowler.
Yeah, so use the bat handle to good effect. It hurts when you tickle the rib cage, but that's a lovely shot from Sehwag. Pure timing has got him a boundary.
You have 5 men outside the circle.
Top edge. But it sails into the crowd. McGrath can't believe it.
What a shot, and in American football parlance, what hang time. The ball was in the air for a long time, and it really has brought the crowd alive. The partnership now 54 from just 56 balls, and McGrath continues to shake his head. They'll fall out soon, but it just hit the top of the bat and just stayed in the air. High ball, and it floated to 6.
Nicely played off his legs on this occasion. A couple of runs. Both these batsmen going along nicely. Strikes rotating.
The batsman's head goes way up. You don't see that very often. That just gives you an indication as to how high the ball went.
.50 for Dravid. It's been a fluent innings from him.
And an excellent piece of running to bring up his half-century.
Number 4, number 5 is the ideal position for him in this Indian batting lineup. Very consistent player for India, both forms of the game. Excellent test record, 54.59. He's taken the aerial route and just beats long off. McGrath was the fielder.
Bit of eye play between the bowler and a runner as well. Damien Martin learning his head wobble off Glenn McGrath. Glenn McGrath just really couldn't get any momentum in his legs. It just seemed like he was running on the spot for a little while. And to be fair, the ball was sliced away from him.
That's hammered back. Second boundary of the over. That's raced to the fence like a tracer bullet. It also brings up the 200. 4 in the ring now for Harvey. And he's clobbered that down the ground again. He's a hard hitter of the ball, Sehwag. That's the second time in 2 overs he's found the boundary down the ground. Well, this could be entertaining stuff now. This man wants to break free. Sehwag on 49. That's well played. It's a good innings. 210 for 4.
Beautifully timed by Sehwag. Shane Warne can't get there.
Virendra Sehwag does hit the cricket ball very hard, uses a lot of bottom hand. Mark Ward takes some pace of the ball there, but still it was hard enough for Shane Warne not to cut it out in the deep.
Gone, and that's what Australia needed. Damien Fleming going right through the, well, you wouldn't call it defence because Sehwag was attacking, but that ends a very good century partnership.
Losing another wicket at the wrong time. Magnificent piece of bowling by Fleming. Was a bit of in swing there. And Virendra Sehwag was certainly disappointed, but he's played well. He's dismissed for 58. It's 222 for 5.
Definitely pushing the ball through at the moment, and that helps Dravid with his late cut.
Brilliant shot by Rahul Dravid.
Warne, long chase, can't get there.
Vijay getting into the thick of things. It's a good sign from India's point of view. He stayed positive. There was a bit of width. He's gone after that.
Well, we saw that marvellous quarter-final match at this ground between India and Pakistan in the '96 World Cup. And there were a lot of runs scored in the last 10 overs there. So I think you're probably going to need in excess of 300 to win here.
Damien Fleming certainly showing his feelings to Vijay Daya.
Just a little flick of the wrist. And it's one bounce over the rope.
This is the aggression from the bowler's point of view. And now for the batsman on his part. Shows his aggression. Magnificent shot. Good use of the wrist, generated a fair amount of power. One bounce into the fence.
4 more to the total.
No.
Straight back to the bowler. No ball called. Another one to the total. This is so frustrating for Fleming. 9.4 overs, 2 for 58. He's gone for 6 and over as well. Now Ponting seems to be suggesting that that wasn't a no ball. Why else would he come in? Can we perhaps pick it up and see what Ponting was on about? Oh, Ponting's wrong. So I don't know what that argument was about. Oh, well played. He's beaten the man at 45. That's beautifully played. A lovely little flick to leg by Dyer. Perfect placement. Very, very valuable for.
This is good, sensible cricket by Vijay Daya. He's got a good cricketing brain, good temperament. Takes a look at the field, fine legs up in the circle, and he's just used the bowler's pace.
That's short, it's in the air, and it's running away for 4 as well. Glenn McGrath doesn't dive. Mark Waugh can't believe it. The good work he does in the field. He wanted to dive out of McGrath there. His hands are up on his hips, as if to say, what's going on down there?
Yes, one got the feeling he was a little too fine, and Dravid's picked the spot up here nicely. This ball racing away with a bit of topspin on it, and McGrath can only be a spectator.
India piling it on here. Dravid, it's led by Dravid, who's on 75. Dyer here supporting him well on 25. Over the top and the offside. One bounce down to the sweeper. Fleming, the fieldsman down there. Back for 2. Very innovative cricket.
Yes, Vijay Daya has done an excellent job here. Sehwag was dismissed, but the moment he came in, he kept the scoreboard moving along.
the ground. Beautiful shot. All the way for 6. Oh, you beauty. Straight as a die. Straight up the middle stump down the far end. Don't worry about calling for it. Yes, it's a 6.
This is good thinking batting. He's picking his spots nicely here. Big gap between long off and long on, and he smashed it straight down the ground. Good meaty blow there from Dahya, and he's a good team player. Doesn't look for personal records. He's always playing in the interest of the team.
Dravid trying to get that on away on the offside. Shane Warne will cut it off. He fumbles down there. He comes back for 2. That's good running too. Very good running by Dravid. He's been out there a while. He's soaking wet. It's a hot day here in Bangalore.
Yes, he's played the sheet anchor's role to perfection, Rahul Dravid. He'll want to be here at the end.
Back live, he's flicked that away, he's fallen down. Driver trying to get out of the block hole quickly there, slipped on the pitch, fell. Back for 2 though. This crowd are loving it. Oh, he's hit that one in the air. This will be out. He's got him. That's well caught. Well, that's the end of Dravid. I think he was probably targeting the gap at mid-wicket. Didn't quite get it right. But that's the end of a very good performance by Dravid.
And he was looking to chip it away a little wider. Wider of that man at long on. Unfortunately for him, straight down the throat. And a fine innings from Dravid comes to an end. He's out for 80, 283 for 6.
Ajit Agarkar is the new batsman. Bull Tyson, that's 4. Very well played. Loose delivery again from Mark Wall that time. All he had to do was get it away really fine, and he did. Well pitched up and hit in the air on the offside. This will be out. No, it won't. Nicely picked up in the half volley. In comes the throw from Bevan. This could be close. McGrath doesn't gather cleanly. Dyer was back home anyhow. McGrath took a bit of time. He really should have been behind the stumps there. It was very well fielded by Bevan again.
Yes, he adjusted well there because he was first going for the catch. Then realized that the ball was not going to carry to him. So he made sure that his body was behind it. Stopped it cleanly. Prevented it from going to the boundary, and good effort by Dahya.
That's up in the air as well. They're going in the air all over the place. Well, let's be caught. He's dropped him. He's dropped him. Well, you don't stop and see the Aussies drop him. That was up there long enough for Hayden to take the catch. This was the one before. In the air down to Bevan. He picked it up very well there. Swiveled around, whipped it in. And then the next ball up in the air, way down the ground to mid-on. And out and around came Hayden there. He gets to it all right, but drops it.
Ajit Agarkar testing the fielders in the outfield at the moment. That's the problem the batsman has then. He can't sight it cleanly. It's not good for the bowlers either.
Back to McGrath. He's caught him. Caught and bowled McGrath. Well, I suppose that'll soften the blow for him a little bit, because he's coming for some punishment today. A slower ball. And Ajit Agarkar adjusted his shot, but just knocked back a little lollipop to McGrath.
Yes, a tentative push in the end, a soft dismissal, just checking his shot.
That one's down to third man for 4, another 4. Beautifully played by Dyer. That's his half century. That's well played. That's a very useful little knock, a little gem of an innings. Dyer has got his half century, 38 balls, 6 fours and a 6.
Yes, he's a good team player, this man, Vijay Daya. Excellent innings from him. 6 boundaries and a 6. And coming off just 38 balls.
Yes, and that's India's highest score against the Australians as well in one-day internationals. Straight up in there. Oh, this is going to take some catching. Who's underneath it? In she comes. Yes, she's taken it nicely. Ponting comes in there. He's as safe as a house. Came right off the boundary. That went a long way in the air. So Harbhajan Singh, also a team man, throwing caution to the wind, hitting the first ball he faced straight up in the air. That's the end of him. Played to towards mid-wicket again. They're coming back for the second. In comes the throw. This will be close. Oh, I think he's got him. I think he's got him. A lot depends on how the dive went.
Gilchrist very quick to take the bails off and just short of his ground.
So that's the end of Dyer. A gem of an innings he's played here. The sweat is pouring off him. But boy, this will go down as one of his best. Superbly played. Dyer out for 50 or 38 ball. Slower ball, it's in the air. This will be caught out too. Yes, the Aussies don't drop those. Damien Martin that time calling for it, making his ground. I suspect that the Indians will be relatively satisfied with that. 315 they've made. There's the catch again. Martin doing well.
So the Indian innings coming to an end. 315 all out.
First ball, the Australian innings.
Well, 2 slips in position because Ganguly knows he's got to get some early wickets. I think it's going to be tough defending this total. It'll be a wide, but the ball did swing. Nicely into the gap, and Matthew Hayden starts off well. There'll be overthrows here, and lots of them.
Just went through the hands of Ajit Agarkar, that one. And they're looking to attack Mark Waugh.
Oh, and he's gone. Mark Waugh giving himself some room and attempting to cut. Might have got an underneath edge, but all that matters is the leg stump is flat on the ground.
Just the start India wanted. He was probably fooled by the length. He expected the length to be shorter. In the end, it was not as short as he wanted, making room for himself. Gone for 5 and the first wicket for India.
Australia, I remember chasing a huge total in Chennai against New Zealand. 289, obviously 4. That's 4. No chance at all for point. The ball bounced above head height. Well, they'll get a second now after the fieldsman dives and misses it. Now they'll get a third. No. Sehwag leaving the field. He slipped in trying to field that last delivery, and he's jammed his thumb in the ground. Made the dive. That was the first error. Now this is where he injures himself. He tries to stop, slips, and jams his right thumb in the ground.
Had a good day in the field with the bat. A lot of Indian fielders or Indian men slipping on this ground.
Great shot. Bounced once and over the rope. Look out, ball boys.
Straight down, a beautiful shot from Matty Hayden. Boy, is he in good form. Right off the middle of the bat again. So much depends on him now. This is a big score they're chasing, 315. That's the guy they call Buff Lehman. In the air, and got him! Bottom it off. Beautifully taken. Zahir Khan has got himself a wicket. Dravid the catcher. He doesn't drop many, does he? If they go to Dravid, it's almost certain that they'll be caught. So the first time he's really opened up his shoulders. Ricky Ponting has gone.
Ricky Ponting's poor form continues, trying to go over the top, doesn't get the elevation required. In the end, a magnificent catch by Rahul Dravid.
So Michael Bevan out there at the moment. Oh, and he has a pull at that one. It's going down towards the boundary for 4. It's pretty well hit. Will it make it to the fence? No, he's managed to get a foot in there. Javagal picks it up. He lets rip. Yes, they'll want to get rid of Bevan. There's no doubt about that. He's got an incredible record in one-day international cricket.
Bit of footwork from Srinath. Restricts the run scoring to 2.
One of the fastest around. Oh dear. This could cost India this match if they keep missing them in the outfield.
Come on, lad.
Harbhajan Singh running over the top of that one, and it's not going to help if the captain gives him a big blast. He's tense enough. Yes, one of the problems is that there have been occasions, yes, that was a pretty poor effort, there's no doubt about that, and I think Harbhajan probably knows it. On target, nicely struck, this will be close if he hits. Oh, that would have been out if he'd hit. Matthew Hayden called and he had to keep going. That's what can make the difference in these matches.
Was struck very hard by Matthew Hayden. It was a good pick-up and throw by Zahir Khan, just off target. Directed, would have had him.
Whoops, there he goes. We've seen that with batsmen, we've seen that with fielders. And now a bowler marking his run-up, also slipping. Matt Hayden, he played the sweep shot frequently against Harbhajan in the Test series. And attempting one here straight away. Harbhajan Singh bowling over the wicket, so there's every chance the ball might just pitch outside leg stump.
Nearly impossible for the off-spinner, if he's bowling an off-spinner, to get a left-hander out LBW bowling over the wicket.
So another 50 here for Matt Hayden.
That's in the air, and it's going to land safely. And what's more, it may just bounce away to the boundary. It has. Well, that'll relieve the pressure just a little. They needed a boundary. That one's nicely struck down the ground as well, but it'll be cut off. It's well fielded. Driver doing a fantastic job down there. He's already taken one good catch, and that was a good effort. This one bounced high. He jumped up and got it in quickly.
Well, the Indian fielding is going to be really put to the test tonight. This is going to be, you get the feeling it's going to be a hectic chase at the end. That's where the fielding could make the difference.
Well, there's a few insects around, I can tell you that, because the birds have been very active around here. They've been what looked like, well, they look like small hawks, I think, grabbing hold of all the little insects that have been rushing around the lights. And the lights come on here, and of course it's a bit of a shock to the system of some of these insects in the place. They all gather, and one of them's obviously flown straight into Ajita Gurkha's ear. Yes, well, there we are. Is it on his cheek? And he rubs it, and it goes straight into his ear. It looked like a biggie as well. Australia only 2 wickets down. Oh, just short. Ganguly trying to come forward and make the catch there. The crowd giving him a hard time. Yes, it ended up being just short of him. Oh, he's got that into the gap, and that'll be 4. So that brings up Bevan's half-century. Well, that one really did hold up down there. That looked as if it was going to the boundary for sure. Let's have a look and see what happens here. It must be a fair bit of moisture. Yes, I think just down this area here it really does stop. And that certainly hasn't happened. That might make a difference this evening as well. So Bevan hasn't got his half-century. He's on 49. Fielded.
Bevan thought it was going to the boundary, and he was quite entitled to think that way after what has happened throughout the day. Now he realises that he's got to sprint the second.
Oh, and he's hit it straight to mid-wicket. The catch is taken. Well, that's a big wicket for the Indians. Ganguly has bowled a short delivery. He's gone to pull it and hit it straight to mid-wicket.
Bevan saying to himself, why didn't you go right over the top? So Ganguly has got away with bowling short and got the big wicket of Michael Bevan. Bevan hammering that one, but picking out the fieldsman at mid-wicket.
And down he goes, and that's 6. Well, what a shot.
Gets the pitch Make sure there's no deviation off, which generates a great amount of power.
Brilliant shot. That will go all the way to the fence. That has slapped it past the man at cover, and it's gone to the fence. So he's gone to 99. What an innings, just 87 balls. And this shot will be the one before he gets his 100.
Well, remember Kolkata, 97, he was out caught in the deep on the onside. This time round, he'll look to be a little more cautious.
There's a huge gap on the leg side. And, he's missed a full toss. Well, he can't believe it, Matthew Hayden. So aggressive the ball before to the wrong ball. Then he just tried to steer the leg side full toss for his single. Any other stage of the innings, he would have hit it for 4. A big shout, close in, he's got him! So round the wicket, the off spinner, the ball seemed to keep a little low. Matthew Hayden trapped in front. He will rue the fact that he missed the full toss on leg stump the previous delivery. And on the verge of his first ever one-day international 100, he's out LBW.
Going neck-neck, could be a close finish. But for that, these two have to carry on.
And did he hit it? Yes, he did. It was a slip in place. He tried to glide it past the right hand of the first slip. And just a little edge from Damien Martin. And the lack of cricket telling on Damien Martin. He just tried to get a little cute. And an edge. So another wicket. In the air, but man is there. And he can't get it. It may in fact go to the fence. It does. Has allowed Gilchrist to hit a boundary.
He's found the gap. Mentioned a little while earlier, that's his strength, the cut and the pull. The finger goes up. That looked a good shout. Steve Waugh was sweeping. What is interesting to see here is the point of impact. He's not happy. Australia have lost an important wicket here. Sehwag has picked up his 3rd.
Well, that delivery from Sehwag, a quicker one, was turning a little bit. It was going to be touch and go, leg stump at best.
The delivery he was looking for, the in-swinging Yorker to the left-hander. Gilchrist has missed it. And Zahir Khan has hit the middle stump. That is a big, big wicket.
Zahir Khan to get that swinging Yorker going. That occasion it was a full toss. Gilchrist may have just got a little touch on it, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, he's nailed him. He's nailed him. He's down. Shane's down. And he's taking a bit of time getting up too. He didn't pick that one at all. In fact, it's Harvey. You could hear the yelp as the ball came at waist high, I'd say, to him. Let's see if we can pick this up.
You get one in the crowd, they say it's very painful. Straight in the abdomen as well. Can be very painful. Just missing the sorest point there. Oh, it was bang on. He got up pretty quickly, Ian Harvey. Gave the bowler the charge, and the bowler was looking for the Yorker. A bit of an edge probably helping. Shane Warne on strike.
Good shot. Whips it through the onside field. Will this go to the boundary? It should. Right, a few more like that, and it just could be Shane Warne's night with the bat. He's got 6 off 6. Harvey 15 off 17. Oh, he's hit that one in the air, but it's going to beat the fieldsman, and it will get to the boundary. The 4s are coming. Perhaps this match is not over yet. Perhaps these two Victorians can steer Australia to what will be a turn-up for the books if they win. That's in the air. This will be caught. Oh, well, it's in the air. Yes, he's got him. Ganguly has taken the catch. Well, the legs are falling off Australia now. That's the end of Harvey. He's bowled him, clean bowled him. Stumps all over the place. Warren trying to smash it away to mid-wicket. It's hit the top of the stumps and the bails have gone flying in all directions. Well, we're getting down to the last rights here now. Shane Warne has been out-bowled. Glenn McGrath is the next man in, and he's number 11.
Second wicket for Srinath, and in identical fashion bowled. Mark Waugh was his first wicket. The batsman was trying to make room for himself to play on the offside. This time Shane Warne making room to play on the leg side, but both times Srinath the winner, hitting the timber.
Right, well, Glenn McGrath is out there, and Javagal Srinath gone past Kapil Dev in terms of wickets taken for India. He's now number 2. There's the delivery. It knocked back the leg stump, and he now is number 2 to Anil Kumble. 254 wickets, and that's the end of Shane Warne. He was trying to hit that one over the stand, I think, but it hadn't worked out that way.
A bit too quick for Shane Warne. Srinath making a comeback to one-day cricket and achieving a landmark.
Oh, and he's decided to give Glenn McGrath a bit of his own. Yes, Glenn McGrath looking down towards square leg there as if he's getting ready for the next one. He's going to hook this one into the crowd. Pigs might fly as well. Gorwell bowled right in the block hole, and he's given him out on the move. The umpire's on the move. He's given him out LBW, and Glenn McGrath gives him a huge blast as he goes past him. Well, that's interesting. The Indians all gathering around now in the centre. How did you see that one, Sanjay?
Well, this is something very unusual for me. The Indians huddled together. It's something I've seen the Australians do, but it's time for the Indians to do that act. But here, I think my immediate reaction was that the ball was missing leg stump, and it was bowled from wide of the crease. Batsman beaten for pace, good Yorker, but that would have carried down the leg side if you ask me. But the umpire thought otherwise. He was trying to take a position for the run out, but just raised his finger in time to give that bad news for Glenn McGrath. So 255 all out. Australia chasing a score of 315. Indians definitely the winners today, and by far. They've continued their winning spree against one of the best sides in the world, and that's great news for Indian cricket. Srinath picking up the last wicket.